you for joining us this morning on the TTF Essential Sales Management Results and Awards ceremony. It's had to be delayed several times and due to COVID and other things which have affected us this year, but we're very pleased to be pushing ahead with it today. For anyone who doesn't know me, my name's Dave Hopkins. I'm the Chief Exec of the Timber Trade Federation, and we're extremely proud and pleased that we can host this today, and extremely proud and pleased that so many of our members have gone through this and achieved such wonderful results. When we started on this journey with the sales course, we were a bit skeptical, I have to say, as an organisation. We'd not done anything like this before, despite being a trading organisation and a trading federation. All of the training and all of the courses and all of the guidance and information that we'd been putting out as an organisation to our members was primarily concerned with the products that they sell, the quality of those products, the sustainability of those products, where you buy them from, how you buy them, how you check the markings on them, all of the other aspects of product quality, product standards, and so on. What we had never done as an organisation was look at other aspects of business management. It's always been our mantra to grow the use of wood, and we've stressed the sustainability of it. We've stressed the supply chain management skills that are needed, and so on. But really, to effectively grow that use of wood, all of those messages need to be pushed into the market in marketing and communication skills, and we need to develop the skills and abilities of all of those involved in selling the products. And that's exactly what this course has been doing. It's perfect in helping us achieve our aim. It's perfect in helping develop the confidence and the skills and the knowledge within each of the sales forces, the workforces and the businesses which make up our membership. And it's, I think, crucial in getting a higher profile for those timber products that we've talked about so much, and adding value to those products, adding value to the people, and adding value to the businesses within our membership. So we can see already, we put out a headline figure that the people you see today that we're going to be presenting or virtually presenting awards to have increased sales for their companies by over £6 million during a very challenging time of COVID lockdowns and so on. So this is no mean feat. It's an incredible achievement. Each one of the people, if everybody achieves different levels, but you're going to see 24 excellent delegates today who have graduated from this course, who have increased those sales. If you divide 6 million by 24, you can get a flavour of what they've brought to the companies that they work for. And you can get a flavour of the return on investment that this course represents for any business wanting to invest in their staff. I think it's always difficult to convince some of our members to invest in training, to invest in skills, but this one has paid off quite well, I would argue, for most of our members, and is something we will be repeating next year, and we will be working with those people who have brought this course to life. So at that point, I am going to just give now an introduction to two of the people who have really made this course worthwhile. And the first one is the person who actually developed the course in the first place. And that is Sue Reed of Reed Consultants, who has really brought this whole course to life. So Sue, I would like to now just pass over to you to say a few words and give us your thoughts and views on how well everybody's done. Over to you.
And then there was silence. That was a first. And you could all laugh at that. Good morning, everybody. We woke up. What a beautiful day. David, thank you I suppose in some way for taking a gamble on this programme when we sat down and scoped it out, but also for being a great sponsor, because when you were needed, you were there. How do I not do my Gwyneth Paltrow speech, but a small speech, but you wouldn't want me to be quiet, otherwise you'd think, what's the matter with Sue? So what have we had in this course? We've had a wedding, we've had people moving house, we've had a celebration of babies being born, and we've had the coronavirus, which wasn't going to beat us. Today's not about me. It's about the delegates. And my role in this programme has been to take the talent that existed in all delegates and encourage it to grow. And as you know, my sunflower is my brand. Well, you are one heck of a field of sunflowers that have blossomed beautifully. So, David, it's back over to you, because it's, for once in my life, it's a short version from Sue. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, that is a first, but we will be hearing from Sue later. I don't think we will. Is very little way of silencing someone like Sue, and we're very pleased about it, because she has brought out some incredible results from across the board. I'd also like to introduce a colleague and collaborator on this whole programme, Stella Round, to give us an update about how the courses were assessed and judged for today's event. So, Stella, I'd like to, over to you.
Fabulous. Thanks, David. Thanks, Sue. Yeah, I think I agree with Sue. I think everybody has been on an amazing journey. And Dave, you know, some great points that you make. You talk about being crucial to build the profile, not only for the timber products that you're trying to sell, but also for some of the companies that are trying to establish themselves as a great brand to do business with. And what better way of doing that than investing in their people and developing their people. I think what's been really great for me and such a wonderful experience, you know, being able to judge the programme on behalf of the Institute of Sales Management, is that throughout every single one of the presentations that I witnessed and was delivered to, there was real passion from each of the delegates, and that came across in spades on the video. You know, very difficult way of being able to present, and I think everybody grabbed hold of it and really did put their all into it. And the execution in detail, you know, really made my job much easier. I had set criteria that I had to look for in every single one of the presentations that were delivered to me. And because everybody had followed the guidance and ensured that they were able to demonstrate some of the elements that were in the course, it definitely made my job easier. I think it's really clear that everybody in the programme has taken some real personal lessons. You know, there's this saying about everybody being in the same storm but a different boat. Well, I think it's very similar for this programme. You know, you've all been on the same journey, but you've just done it in slightly different ways. So some of you have been in a car and some of you have been in a truck and so on. I think you've all created your own path and you've learned your own way. But what's even more important, and what I definitely got a sense of, was how you supported each other and your peers on the programme. So sales can be quite a selfish profession, because people generally have targets, personal targets that they have to reach. And what's been so great about this programme and what I was able to witness was that everybody wanted to support everybody. Those with lots of experience supported those with little experience. Those with lots of experience were taught again by those with little experience. So I think that's been really, really nice to see and great to witness. I think one of the other things that's been great for me, David, is I didn't realise that the timber industry was so fascinating. You know, I knew nothing about wood. I'd go to my local builders merchants, and, you know, if I needed some skirting board, I'd buy some. Well, I say I'd go and buy skirting board. What I mean is I'd say to the hubby, we need some skirting board. He'd go and buy it. I wouldn't have a clue what I was looking for. But one of the things that's been great again about this, the presentations that I've seen, is that, you know, from roof trusses, who knew that they were things and, you know, interesting things, you know, to somebody who identified that there was an option to maybe upsell and cross sell to somebody who needed fuel for their pizza oven, to, you know, being part of the Nightingale hospitals and providing supplies for them. Amazing achievement. You know, to Swedish forests, people going to visit the forests where the wood is sourced. Massive learning curve, certainly for me. And real diversity in a very competitive and challenging market from the conversations that I'd had with each of the delegates. And I think that's what really stands out. It's the diversity. It's not only about the products that you sell, it's about that amazing talent that is in this industry. I would never have known if I hadn't have been part of this programme. You know, and I'm a real advocate for diversity and inclusion. And I was really excited that the delegates were as unique as they are, and different genders, different backgrounds, different experiences. You know, every presentation was unique, was a sense of who that individual was, full of energy, full of pride, but with a real understanding of the process and the sales process. And I think your customers have definitely benefited from, you know, this new knowledge that you have. They will definitely remember you. I think you will get repeat business. And I think that your results have proven that you have been able to take what you've learned and apply it. And I would imagine that, you know, your colleagues are already benefiting from that because you're sharing it as you go back into the business. But that also means that, you know, in this really competitive sales function, that you will be in demand. I think I mentioned to most of you, please look up and look around. There will be opportunities that will come your way. You know, your companies have got a really hard job now to keep hold of you. You're accredited, you're salespeople, you will be in demand. People will want to know what your tricks are, what you do. But I think also for you individually, this is like a switch, and it's, you know, when development really grabs hold of you, it is like a switch being switched on. And I think this is the beginning of your development journey. And I think, you know, for me, I just want to thank each one of you. From the ones who told me that this was the very first presentation, not that I would ever known, so next time keep it to yourself, because I would never have guessed. To those that were innovative and used tech and different ways, and some, you know, participation from myself and Sue, you know, you've all reminded me one of the, you know, why I aligned myself to the Institute of Sales Management. I like to watch people develop and thrive in a profession that doesn't always have the best reputation. And sales to me is, you know, it's the heart of every company, because if you didn't sell, you've not got a company that people can be part of. I know each of you will now take all of these skills and you will apply them. You'll be ethical sellers, you'll sell for the right reasons. Your customers will benefit from the skills that you've learned. And I think I'm excited. Well, I know I'm excited to see what comes next for you. So Sue, thank you for this amazing program that you've delivered. I know I've learned from the delegates that you have a real extrovert mode of delivery. I've heard that you've been singing, which I admit I do get that every now and again, using jigsaws, writing on the walls, some one-to-one coaching. I've put mean cats in there because I'd like to hear that sound that you make. So you'll have to share that with us, definitely. I think you truly have taken the talent in all of these delegates and really encouraged it to grow. And finally, Dave, for you, I think, you know what, supporting the development of your members has clearly reaped results and rewards, and I know how proud you are of every single one of the people that have taken part in this. I think it just shows that you are committed to ensuring that your industry is professional, is seen as a viable profession to go into. And I think what you've done over the last 18 months has been exceptional. So thank you again for enabling me to be involved. Thank you, everybody, for all of the wonderful presentations. David, back over to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Stella. That was a fantastic overview of what's been going on. And there were some very key points which I forgot to mention in the start. One was about the diversity of people within the timber industry. We sit around in a lot of board meetings and committee meetings, and you see a lot of staid, boring, white, middle-aged men. And what we're going to show today, one of the reasons that we wanted people to appear on screen and talk today about what they're doing is because there is a lot of diversity. These are the people we don't often see through the TTF, and we wanted, rather than just sending them an award and a certificate and a press release, actually hear from people all over the country, and hopefully we can retain them within the timber industry. The other point about the competition for talent, there are huge changes going on, I think, in every industry as a result of the pandemic and the situation that we find ourselves in. Business practice has to change. One of the reasons that we wanted to bring, well, we obviously started this before knowing about the pandemic, but one of the reasons I think this has become so important is because it is teaching skills for a changed environment. People won't be able to turn up all the time to meet their clients, to meet their customers, and face to face, and to practice sales in the way that they used to in the timber industry. And we are going to have to make far greater use of platforms such as this for communication, for sales, for marketing, and other business activities. And this course has given a good grounding in that. Finally, this is a proper recognised qualification by the Institute of Sales Management, and it provides a pathway to further qualifications from the Institute of Sales Management. And those qualifications are good. They're recognised in the timber industry. They're recognised in all industries. So whether you stay in, you move out, these are transferable skills and transferable qualifications. And we're very pleased that later on we will be hearing from Roger Bradburn, the director and COO at the Institute of Sales Management, about the importance of this and of the qualifications themselves. So on that note, I'm going to stop now and from talking to our judges and organisers and course conveners and so on, and to bring in our first group of delegates. If I could ask you to switch your cameras on. Emma Burton, Joseph Beckingsale, Max Bishop, and John Bowers, please. Are you with us? I've got the wrong, I'm going to have to get a gallery view there. There we are. Look at that. Okay, so just to talk through, Emma, you've come in from Bergs Timber, Joseph from Robbins, Max from Medite Smartply, and John from Caledonian Plywood. So there's a good mixture of different sorts of businesses, different sorts of products going on there. And Emma, I'm going to start with you, as I can see you in the top corner of the screen. Sales wasn't your initial role, was it? You'd moved in from a different part of business.
She started in finance many years ago, but I have been in sales for quite a few years now.
And how has the course helped you within the job if you were already doing a sales role? How's that helped with you?
It's actually helped me extend my skill set, to be honest, because I've never had any real true training before. So learning about some of these different techniques to use has helped me with my portfolio.
But and how was it received by? This is something I'm always keen to know as we go out trying to sell the course to other businesses. How is it received within your business?
Well, interestingly, I actually came from one business when I started the course and entered into another business at the start of the year. So actually, it's been a great gain for the new company that I've joined.
Yeah, because you came in with the training already in hand.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so with just jumping over then, Joseph, if I can't find you on the screen. Are you there?
I'm here.
Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah, there, got you. Hi, Joe.
Hello there.
Now, you had come from a quite a different background to go into Robbins Timber. Can you talk about the transition there and how the training then has helped you move through?
Absolutely, yeah. So I come from a carpentry background. So my knowledge of timber, how the timber works together, obviously was a massive asset. But yeah, the transition over was like, you know, I had to sort of take a different career path from injury more than anything else.
Right.
So yeah, definitely in at the deep end. So yeah, I've never used like a computer. I'd never transferred a call, anything like that. So you know, I had to learn all of that stuff alongside obviously the sales techniques. But yeah, you know, I managed to through being on the course, managed to take my knowledge of timber and timber products and carpentry and realize how I could use that and the potential that I had to make good sales. So the yeah, it was great. Really
excellent.
Good.
And you've got, I mean, Robbins has got quite a lot of very specialist products in there. Did you have to do a lot of product training before you could then move into the sales, or was that something you had a knowledge of already?
Absolutely, yeah. So I was lucky to have a knowledge of a lot of timber, but like you say, Robbins carry you know, a massive range of sort of hardwood, softwoods. So yeah, there was a lot of in-house trading as well. So yeah, combined with that and just general product knowledge was yeah, it's been a huge asset really, my background. So yeah, being on the course as well was just, you know, finely tuned, you know, and taken my knowledge and actually turned me into a successful salesman. So it's, yeah, it's been great.
Well, fantastic. Well done you, Joe. I'm just going to jump through sticking to the theme of specialist products then. Max, in Medite Smartply, had you been there for a long time with Medite?
So I've been at Medite for just over 2.5 years now.
Right.
And in that period, I've been able to transition from account management role regionally from the southeast. Now, luckily enough, in the past couple of months, moving into specification for the company for the south and London. So I've been able to develop in the company, and this course has definitely been able to help me just do that as well.
Excellent. And so you'd already had an insight into all the. I know that they've invested heavily in innovation throughout Medite. So you already had a handle on a lot of the products, I guess. So how did this help you then kind of grow in the company?
So in the company, I've actually come through a graduate course in the company, which is our first graduate course. So being on this course has been able to sort of me to understand myself as like a salesperson, be able to adopt a lot of key skills and be able to round sort of my sales role throughout the sort of a year and a half, 2 years on this course. And I feel it's been quite a key element in being able to get into the specification role that the company sort of start of September.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much, Max, and well done. I think you've done a great job here on the course. John, just moving over to you.
Oh, there.
And Caledonian Plywood. Caledonian's a great sort of strong brand in the TTF world.
Yep.
Had you been with Caledonian long in a sales role, or had you been doing other jobs previously? Or
I joined Caledonian in September of 2018, so just over a couple of years. Just hang on a second. That any better to avoid the echo? Just over a couple of years. I've previously worked in the industry for another merchant, specialising more on the formwork side.
right.
So I moved to Caledonian, and it was my first dedicated sales role. Previously, it was a lot of admin and doing FSC certification, as well as purchasing on products. So first dedicated sales role. I mentioned that to Caledonian that I hadn't exactly had any formal training in my previous role. This was then advertised probably a few months afterwards, after I mentioned it, and I was put forward in order to go on the course. My scope and what I'm brought onto Caledonian for would be to get new business across the M62 corridor.
Yeah.
Caledonian based in Scotland. We distribute from Tilbury. The accent may give away that I'm from Liverpool and working along sort of that way. So it's got plenty of scope, and I hope new skills now in order to get new business when things settle down and I can actually go out and see people again, really.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we did guess you weren't from Glasgow, so something gave it away. But can I just ask all of you then, within that, how well it's been received within your own by your employers within your own companies, particularly things like making greater use of social media and websites, that sort of stuff.
But this, I'll carry on since I was talking before. The social media part is something that was quickly identified through the course that Caledonian Plywood didn't have much of a presence with. The LinkedIn pages and the other social media pages were rarely used. Just tend to post it for jobs, that sort of thing. I didn't have a LinkedIn account myself whatsoever, so I followed the first module, set that up. Myself and Dan are going to be sort of looking after the company side a little bit more. One of the other candidates, the company page for Caledonian a little bit more as well, just to try and give more of a positive image, because it looks like you're dormant if you're not posting really. So it's give us a better appreciation that it's a good tool for selling.
Excellent. And Emma, Joe, and Max, if I can just ask you the same thing, has that been a bit of a revelation or a revolution within the companies you're working in? Don't know who wants to go first. Emma.
I think in the timber industry, social media hasn't been used that much. It certainly is improving. And it was a bit challenging on the project side of the course with that particular topic, but certainly very interesting in actually the effect that it can have. So listening to the LinkedIn account, LinkedIn is definitely the largest presence, I think, in terms of the timber importers.
Okay, and Joe, is that a similar experience, would you say, for Robbins?
Yeah, well, to be honest, Robbins don't have an awful lot of social media activity. I think it's a platform that we're going to sort of definitely develop, but I think until it's right, and it's how as a company we want it to be as a reflection of ourselves. It's something, it's just going to be on the sort of back burner for the time being. But during the course, having to do the social media presentation was a real eye opener for me. So hopefully, as it develops, it's something we can. I've got sort of a bit of experience and a bit of knowledge on, and hopefully we can put that to it, and it'll be a success. Yeah.
Fantastic. Max, Medite had a fairly good technical website before. Were they active previously on social media and things?
Yeah, we have been active on social media quite a lot, especially recently as well. What we're going through, and we've currently just gone through a revamp of our website as well. Because obviously now everyone's working at home, they need easier access to stuff, so through social media, websites and information. So we're just trying to make that easier for people, and we're investing heavily in sort of the technical side of our business. And as well, I think everyone at the business as well is trying to improve their LinkedIn presence, as this is probably going to be a little bit more of a active thing within the construction industry due to sort of everyone working at home. and it's going to be more of a prolific thing within the industry, I think, moving forward as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think it's high time the timber industry got with the program really on social media. And,
it's moving in the right direction.
Direction. Okay, well, look, all of you, thank you very much indeed. That's fantastic to hear from you all, and congratulations. And you will be receiving, I'll hold up the awards at the end of the session. You will be each receiving one through the post. It's a heavy object. Don't be frightened by it coming through. You can add it to the Christmas pile. So congratulations, well done. And I look forward to seeing you again. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave. Cheers.
Cheers. So that's our first group of delegates, our first session. And fantastic feedback from each of them. I'm going to motor straight along and go through to the next group. So if I could ask Georgia Buckley-Ryan from MKM, Harrison East from East Brothers, Liam Grover from Gill and Robinson, and Charlotte Hanham from Sodra to switch on your cameras and microphones. I think everyone is in. There's Charlotte, there's Georgia, Liam. Good. Have we got Harrison? There he is. There we go. Okay, well, thank you very much. And congratulations in advance. Well done for all of you for getting through this. And it's another good, diverse group of businesses. Got a strong merchant business in MKM, a great sawmill and sort of very diverse business in East Brothers, which I'll come to in a sec. Big agents in Gill and Robinson, and of course Sodra, one of the biggest timber suppliers into the UK, I think, here as well. So let's start. Georgia, good morning and well done.
Thank you.
So I mean, you heard the questions I asked from the first group. Could you just give us a bit of a run through of what it was like to go on this course and kind of where you came from and what you got out of it?
So I started on this course about 6 months after finishing university. So it was kind of the first work kind of course that I had ever been on. And I've always had jobs, but I found that this course helped me really hone in on what I was good at and fine tune my skills. And it just, more than anything, just improved my confidence, which I'm sure is, is across the board. It won't just be for me that's affected, but just the confidence I've gained in my own skills and helping out other people is just, I can't even put it into words, to be honest.
No, it is a massively important element. And I think that I remember when I first started working with the timber industry about 6-7 years ago, saying that the whole timber industry suffered from a crisis of confidence in construction, in not seeing this as the most valuable and vital construction material, and that always kind of looked at as if it was in second place compared to bricks and blocks and concrete and all these sort of other elements. And I strongly am an advocate that building confidence in all people is absolutely vital for them to be able to do their jobs properly. So well done to you. I'm going to come back to you in just a second, but jump over, if I may, to Harrison. If you can just take yourself off mute. I think you're on there. Harrison, could you tell us a bit about East Brothers? Because I think it's quite occupies quite a diverse niche, if you like, within the whole timber world in the TTF, and where you've come from, and then what your role is and what you've gained from this course.
So we're a family business, sawmill and timber merchant. So we started in 1886. Family business, so I'm one of the next in line, you could say. We import a lot of African hardwoods for joinery, and so we got Iroko, Sapili, things like that. And we also import a lot of African logs like Opepe, Eki, and we're bespoke as well. So it's sort of anything you need, any size, we can do that. which is great.
So
Myself
it's
personally, I came from I finished an apprenticeship with East Brothers after I finished school, and that was a sawmilling apprenticeship. I completed that, and then they said to me, would I like to go on this course with TTF? I learned a bit about selling timber, because I'd never done anything like this before. And yeah, I've really found this very beneficial for me, and the company really have benefited as a whole, really.
And with a business like yours, there's very specific products that require sort of specification style sales. It's not just selling. You've got to sell very, very niche things there. Did you do training with your sawmilling training about the products themselves beforehand?
So basically, I didn't really do too much training because I spoke to my boss about it, and a lot of our sales, we have sort of 5 big customers that make up a lot of our profit in the year.
Right.
So it's really hard to sell products bespoke on social media because every single customer is different. So, you know, it's hard. Like, so I just went for products that I could actually sell. So like sleepers, firewood, decking, sort of products that are the same, really.
Yeah. That you can that can transfer across customer bases.
We didn't really want to like annoy big customers by selling stuff on social media for maybe less than they're buying it from us or more or things like that. So my boss was a bit wary of things like that. So it was quite difficult.
And are you taking now a social media sort of role within the company? Are they going to hand it to you to run it?
Well, there's 2 of us that do it. One of we've had an Instagram account for sort of a little bit long. It's about 1.5 years longer than I've been running the Facebook, and that's got like over 3,000 followers on the Instagram. I've not got quite so many, but we sort of do it. We share it. So I've not got a role in it as such. I sort of still do my day job, which at the moment is actually working within the sauna. But I do this out on the side of that as well. So quite busy.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much. I'm going to jump over to Liam, if I can. So Gill and Robinson, obviously big timber agent, well known throughout the industry with big long history there. Had you come up through other jobs in the timber industry as well, or did you come in from a totally different background?
Yeah, initially my background in timber starts at a merchanting level with Hertfordshire Timber Supplies,
right?
Which is a family-run company. So I've sort of grown up Saturday morning sweeping yards, driving forklifts and that sort of thing. I've brief few years work experience with the Navy and then back into the timber industry, where I went back to Hertfordshire Timber Supplies to run one of their depots.
Right.
And from there, I went on to be the country manager for an Estonian sawmill for a couple of years, and then came across opportunity came up with Gill and Robinson about 2-3 years ago.
Oh, fantastic! And so, whose decision then to do this sales course was that? Did you see the course? Did somebody else in the company put you forward?
No, I saw the course and I took it to my boss and I thought this might be a good idea. Can I have a go at this? And he agreed straight away.
Oh, brilliant. So people
a little bit too quickly. It was a bit concerning. He agreed. I need to go on this course.
Yeah, makes you wonder what you were doing previously. But
right.
But it was we're always concerned to make sure that we're getting the message out to the right people, and clearly we did, to get you to see the value in the course and take it into your bosses. And what, in terms of what you've learned from this, because you were already doing a sales role, you'd already been working in merchanting, what are 1 or 2 key points that stick out for you from doing this?
It was the physical technical techniques, ways to prepare, the sort of framework to prepare before going into a meeting.
Yeah.
Once I'm in my meeting, the literal techniques to use, and when talking to people, the big ones for me were figure out who I'm talking to and the best way to connect with them. They were the big things for me. The physical skills, the physical skill set that you come away with.
Yes. Yeah. And okay, thank you very much, Liam, and congratulations. Great job that you've done there. Charlotte, if we can turn over to you, as Sodra Wood, big
Hello.
sort of giant within there. Good morning. Big giant of a timber supplier in the UK. Did you move straight into working with Sodra, or had you had other jobs previously?
Yes. My first job in this industry before I was selling parts for tractors, which is about southwest countries you can get.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the first timber industry job I've had. I actually work in the engineered department as well, so it's slightly different, but yeah, I've been fascinated with it really, especially on the engineered side, because no day is the same as the one before.
No. And selling engineered products must be a tricky game, really, if the number of customers that you've got to sell to and the specifications that they're looking for.
Yeah, especially, these days we're doing a lot of kind of machining and CNC work and things like that. So when I first came in this job and I had all of these things thrown at me, I was like, oh, I don't even know what a glue lam is. What do you mean, all of this? So obviously I've kind of I've been there with the company for just over 3.5 years now, so it's all makes a lot more sense to me now. And
Good.
this course obviously helped a lot with progressing that as well.
Good. And just coming back, some of the questions I asked the previous group on social media, websites, this sort of stuff. I'm going to keep saying this to every single group that we speak to, but it's something I'd kind of wanted to beat over the head of the timber industry. Is that something that Sodra was good at? Is it something you feel they could improve, and that it's something that you can bring to them?
Yeah, so I actually wasn't really, I didn't have any kind of knowledge on the company's position on social media. Sorry, my internet just said it's a bit
okay.
dodgy. Sorry if I cut out. So I wasn't very aware of any of it. So obviously this really opened up opportunities to look at it and get involved with what we do on the marketing and stuff. So we're not super active on the likes of Facebook and things like that, but the main group is all active on Instagram, and LinkedIn's been the biggest eye-opener for me, because I wasn't even on LinkedIn before this course, and this course obviously then showed me the advantages of being on it, and that I could promote what our company's up to. And we've just come out with a kind of 360 virtual forest tour, which, because not everyone can go over and actually see that.
Yeah.
And then we can all in the company be sharing things like that, so everyone can go and have a look at it. So it's been a big eye-opener for me on that front.
Speaking of going to visit different areas, did you not take some of your customers to one of the sawmills in Sweden or Germany? Or
yeah, that does happen. Obviously not this year.
No.
And I don't know how that will be going forward, but yeah, and as part of our induction with the company, it's kind of we all get to go to the forest to actually see our mills, see where we're getting all of our timber from, which is quite incredible, really. That no matter if you're in the sales department or if you're in accounts, we all get to go to the forest to see what the company is actually doing and where it all comes from.
Fantastic, thank you. Georgia, I'm just going to come back to you just to round up this session. I just wanted to ask you then, again, sticking with this idea of online and social media and those sorts of things. The other businesses that a lot of the other businesses that we've talked to and that will appear throughout this session today are more sort of centralized distribution businesses, whereas MKM obviously has a number of branches and depots around the country as a big national merchant chain. With things like social media, online sales, that sort of stuff, how do you work that? Do you work that, or did you get involved with that for MKM? And do you have to do it on a local level or a national?
So what's quite nice about MKM is that the marketing can work in like 2 ways. So a lot of it comes from our support services, so like merchandise, big promotions, big announcements, things like that. But we can also do it at a branch level as well. So we have our branch has an Instagram page, which obviously I'm very good at. So my branch director actually said to me, look, I need you to sort of show me how to link it to Facebook and how to post things, and if I post it here, I can actually post it on Twitter, LinkedIn and Facebook all at once. So being able to do that and promote the branch itself is really nice, because then I get more of a say in it and more input into what we can put online. And especially coming from a distributor in my previous job, I've noticed such a difference in people coming in and saying, oh, I saw that, that your branch did some charity work. I saw that on Facebook. That's really good. And oh, we love that you work with the charities. We'll be coming back. And that's been really nice to be able to showcase that in the work we do. And it's nice that they showcase staff as well. So like when TTF did their whole sort of delegate of the day, my director was like, oh my God, that's you. Can we put this up on our page? Can we show you off? And I think that's really nice that they celebrate their customers and their staff. I think that's a big push on it, given coronavirus as well. I just think it's really nice to have that input as well.
Absolutely. No, that sounds fantastic. Well, look, all 4 of you, thank you very much. Congratulations to each of you. The prizes are coming in the post, and well done. And I wish you all the very best as you carry on in your careers. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, David.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, we are running, to nobody's surprise, slightly behind time. So I'm going to keep going, actually. We were going to have a scheduled break, but I think we'll do it after this session. And I'm going to invite the next group of delegates on, which is, if I've got my number 3. God, sorry. I was looking at the wrong place on the paper. So if I could ask Matt Hansord from Marley, and Pippa Jemmett-Squibbs from Mundy Veneers, and Ivona Zinic Kojic from Sodra, please, if everyone is in. So I'm going to start at the end. Thank you very much, and congratulations in advance. Excuse me. Let's start with Pippa. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hi. Well, congratulations, done a great job, and really sort of incredible results that I've seen with the presentations and the outcomes of them. Mundy Veneer, can you tell us a bit about the company? Because I know that Stella said at the start about the diversity within the timber industry of business types and products as well. And Mundy occupies a sort of a special place within the sort of the timber network and industry. Could you just tell us a bit more about that?
Yes, of course. I think we were the only veneer supplier on the course, and so we source from all over the world wood veneers and some very decorative dyed wood veneers, which you can see behind me, from Italy. So we have a huge range of clients, which are from individual furniture makers who might make a one-off table for many thousands of pounds, up to my role, which works more with project specification. So again, there was a difference there that I don't account manage as such. I follow individual projects, which could be 600 apartments in one building in London, and then it's all the joinery with that.
Yes.
So it's been founded 20 years, but it has quite, and we're bound in a little corner in Somerset, but we have a very London biased market which we sell into.
So it's the sort of high-end specification market really that you're going into. And how's that been affected this year? I mean, I would imagine that like a lot of other areas, it may take quite a hit.
So initially the main hit was not with the big joinery companies, so which did actually remain open. It was some of these sites in Vauxhall or on the river in London can have 500 contractors on site at any one point, where they were only really allowed 100 with social distancing. So what slowed it down, the sites, nothing got put on hold, because these projects, in order to put the concrete in, have actually been rolling for 4 years now on site, and they're halfway through. So they didn't get put on hold, they just slowed slightly. But we've actually had, in the last 3 or 4 months, we are incredibly busy.
Yeah.
But where this course really has come into play during that quiet time was allowing me to have techniques to explain to the rest of the team that we really should be keeping in contact with everyone. It won't necessarily be a sale, but it's a very important time to touch base with all your customers and just be a holding hand. And a lot of people working from home, we're welcoming phone calls at the moment. It's very important to talk to people. And the course has given me the techniques and tools to be able to explain to very non-sales biased team the best way of approaching these in a softer sense, not being the traditional hard sales as everyone sales role is.
It's a relationship building as much, I think. And just Pippa, I mean, it's a very visual product, the veneers. It's you know, it's about aesthetics as much as anything. What, in terms of the social media and all of that sort of side, I imagine that must be a very useful skill that you're going to need within a business like yours. Yes.
The first project we did in this course was a social media project.
Mm-hmm.
It identified, as I think many of us on the course found, that the timber industry and social media possibly have some catching up to do.
Yeah.
But we do, as you say, have a very visual product, and Instagram for us is a goldmine, because you can see some of the pattern veneers behind me, so I'll get my left and rights correct on this. They're perfect for Instagram, and in this time where we can't go into design practices and meet people, we've really pushed utilizing that platform a lot further. And being able to display what we have on offer, really.
Brilliant.
Very important.
Fantastic. Well, it's clearly paid off for you. I'm looking at your results. You did incredibly well. So congratulations to you. I'm just going to jump over to Matt, if I may. Matt, good morning. Nice to meet you. And well done for the work, the results that you've pulled off here. Can you just tell us a bit more about Marley? Completely different business than from the ones we've seen before. Quite diverse in its overall portfolio. Could you tell us a bit more about the company and then your role within it, please?
Yeah. So Marley are a roofing manufacturer, essentially, like within the roofing industry, roofing tiles and stuff. You may have heard of John Brash. We acquired John Brash quite a few years ago, who have a timber division, mainly to just offer a full roofing system, so we could offer the roofing batten as well as the tiles, etc. But there is also an established decking division based at John Brash, which is in Lincolnshire, and that's the role that I had before, was selling the decking, essentially. So yeah, it's just
that must have been a good year for decking.
Yeah, lots of people at home. So yeah. So it must have done well. And how's this course then helped you within your role within your spot in the business? So when I came onto this role, I'd like literally a matter of weeks of experience of sales. I'd worked for Marley for a while internally, so it was just, there was a lot of stuff that I learned. And there was a lot of stuff that sort of refined what I already had in me that wasn't aware of. But I think that if I was to go and do the course again now, you just learn more and just add layers to it each time. So I think whatever stage you are, you'll learn from this course.
And how's it been received within the company? Is it?
Just my general day to day and like how I approach meetings and stuff. It just benefits me, therefore it benefits my company. yeah, it's good.
Fantastic, fantastic. Well, congratulations to you. And coming over, Ivona, I'm hoping I've pronounced your name right, and I apologise if I haven't. You're also over in Sodra, and looking after sales with Ireland. Is that right? Oh, can you hear us?
Well, it cut off for a bit, but can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Got you back.
I didn't hear a word you said. So can you just please repeat?
Well, I first of all, I was just checking that I'd pronounced your name right as Ivona.
Yes, that's quite good. I've heard a lot of different pronunciations. The worst one was probably Ivanka. So you're doing very good. Yes.
Yeah. No, don't worry. I wouldn't go there. But I was just going to talk about your role within Sodra Wood, and you're looking after sales for Ireland. Is that right?
Yes. So I joined Sodra about 2 years ago, just over 2 years ago, and this is my first job in the timber industry. So I studied agriculture, but I still didn't know that much about wood, especially about processing, wood processing. So I've learned a lot through these couple of years, and I'm still learning every day. So it was definitely a challenge. And yes, I'm a part of our small team, Irish team. There's just the 3 of us. And I was offered to join this course, and I've been in a couple of sales courses before, but never in a foreign language. So that was also a challenge for me, and a learning experience. Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, you've done incredibly well with this, and the outputs have been superb. So, what would you take away if you could sort of name one part of the course? What do you take away from this?
Well, definitely networking. As I said, my first course in a foreign country, so networking and improving my language skills as much as my timber industry skills as well. It's when you think you know something, but you're actually not sure until someone gives it structure. So I think that's what this course brought to me the most. So that definitely improved my confidence. But also I improved my knowledge of the industry, fine-tuned my skills, but also learned a lot about human psychology. So I think that helps a lot with sales.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Well, congratulations to everybody in the group. We will be to all 3 of you. We'll be sending you your certificate and your award through the post, and you'll be receiving that very soon. We're posting them out, I think, on Monday next week. So you should get them at some point during the next week. So congratulations again. Well done.
Thank you.
Okay, we are slightly behind schedule still. I was trying to get everyone back in, but we're chatting away too much. So I'm going to bring the next group in, and we'll have a break after this, before the last 2 groups. So if I could ask William MacDonald, Daniel Marshall from Caledonian Plywood, Adrian McLean from W. Howard, and Callum Pollard from Brooks Brothers, if you are all there.
Hello.
Good morning.
Morning.
Hello to all of you. So congratulations to you as well. Well done to all of you. I am going to start with Will. There you are. Got you. And there's Daniel. Just arrived on there. So Will, AW champion, great company. I think everybody knows the name, certainly within the TTF. Could you tell us a bit about your job, what you've been doing, and sort of where you've come from and to within the company?
Okay, so always worked in sales. I've been with AW Champions for 2.5 years now. Previously selling kitchens, so a little bit of a step change. Yeah, so I run a telesales team, so I think the course has been really helpful for me to put some put some structure around how I can help not only me but my team increase sales. So.
Okay, so you'd been in sales for some time before doing the course,
yeah.
And was it you that made the decision to go on the course, or was it somebody within the company? Was it one of your managers, or?
It was our sales director. So we've been looking for a long time for some sales training to be able to pass down to all of our staff. So I was the guinea pig, if you like, and to go and suss it out and have a look. Funny enough, on the back of that, Sue has through working with our sales director put together a course to do more sales training with us. So yeah, it's gone really well as a trial.
So you've got like a whole company program now based around the outputs from Sue.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it started off with some of the management team, and I think the plan is to stretch it further. So yeah, really good.
Oh, fantastic. Well, thank you very much, Will. Great job. Congratulations. Where are we? Daniel, I'll come over to you. Again, from Caledonian Plywood. What can I just ask you about your role within Caledonian, and what were you doing previously, what you're doing now, and how this course has helped you?
Yeah, so previously, can you hear me, by the way?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah, previously I worked in it was a small shop, and I worked in the paint industry, and I started there when I was a kid. When I was about 16, it was meant to be a summertime job, and then 20 years later, I was still there. And yeah, it was great. It was a great job. I worked with good friends. It was a really busy shop. If you can imagine, if you go to a restaurant and you've got a really busy kitchen, and there's chefs, although that's what it was like, people making paint, customers everywhere, and it was a really busy business. And my dad, who's my boss, he'd been saying, come and work with me, come and, come for the interview. He'd been nagging me for so long, and I eventually gave in, and I needed a new challenge as well. And so, yeah, and now that's what I do. I work at Caledonian Plywood. So, yeah, I'm working sales.
Excellent. And did this course help you kind of put a bit more structure and so on into the work that you were doing?
Yeah, it did actually. Once I found that once I work with a customer, I'm quite confident working with them, and we work well off each other. But it's really the skills have really helped me to get in with new customers and to start. That was the problem I was having, is actually getting the new customers.
Yeah, getting your foot in the door and getting those conversations started.
That's it. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's really helped me with that. Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much, Daniel. That's it's good to hear from you, and congratulations on the course and on your outputs within that. It looks like incredible results. I hope it's been very well received in that. So thank you, Adrian McLean, W. Howard.
Morning, David.
Morning. How are you?
We're okay, thank you, Tom.
Good. Now you've been in sales for
a few years, David. Yes.
A few years, a little while yet. So
yeah.
How did this help you? You've already had the experience. You've already been doing it.
Well, it reinforced a number of things that I probably sort of knew, but didn't realise I knew to a certain extent. So there was definitely some new techniques I've picked up and learned again, maybe I've been through and learned over the years. So definitely helped me maybe structure things a little more and put things together better.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And is it something you think you can then pass on to others? I know you run the team, don't you? Within.
Yes. So to be fair, when I started with Howard's, I've only been with them for 18 months, and I was on this course within a month of joining them. So it was a new business. Although I knew them, I'd been a customer for quite a long time. I knew of them, so I had that benefit. I knew the product pretty well. But it was a new business when I then joined the course. But since then, I initially started running the estimating and quoting team. I'm now looking after the whole internal sales force. So we've now taken on board quite a few things that I've picked up and then passed on. So that's definitely going to be passed on through the team as we go forward, to be honest.
Fantastic, fantastic. Well, congratulations to you, sir. Well done. And Callum,
hello.
Good morning. Thanks for coming on here, and congratulations for your performance on the course.
Thank you.
Looking at all these, I've got people's presentations and notes and stuff in front of me, and I can see how well everybody's done. Brooks Brothers, another excellent, fast-growing, sort of big company in the UK. Could you tell us a bit about the company and about your role then within that?
Yeah, so we're a large hardwood and softwood timber importer and merchant, but we really do offer a bit more of a complete service. We can sell in sawn, we have machining finishing facilities. We've recently branched out into sheet materials, engineered timbers and pack sales as well. I myself, I'm an internal representative for sort of Gloucestershire, Oxford, Somerset sort of area. So I support my colleague out on the road in the office, and I dabble in a bit of the pack sales side of things as well.
Oh, fantastic. And had you been doing the phone sales beforehand? Were you relatively new to that, or?
I was very new to that. Yeah, I actually started off in like fast food industry, and I went from there into a door-to-door sales job and realised that I wanted to do sales, but obviously door-to-door wasn't really a career. But I was fortunate enough that an opportunity came up at Brooks Brothers to do a trainee sort of course.
Yeah.
And earn my place in sales.
Fantastic. And with this particular course, how's that helped you with either with, I don't know, communication or getting new business or hitting your targets or any of those?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say this has been a fantastic opportunity for both myself and, well, all the other delegates as well, I'm sure can agree. For me personally, it was an issue of confidence. So obviously, into account, I wanted to become a salesman. It sounds a bit silly that I didn't have the confidence to necessarily do that well. And I think really what I took away from this course most was there were a set of strategies and tactics that I could use to structure the conversation and really strategize as to what I wanted to get out of that conversation and achieve a target from that. Since coming on this, or before coming on this course, I struggled to hit any of my sales targets. I'll be completely honest. But I'm proud to say that since doing this course, I've been hitting every one, bar the quarter that I was obviously on furlough for.
Yeah.
I mean, it just keeps getting better and better for me at the moment.
Fantastic. Well done you, Callum. That's absolutely excellent news, and congratulations. And I hope it's been well received within the company, and we can be doing all of this again in the future. So absolutely fantastic news. Well done to all of you. Congratulations. And if I could ask the next three, please. It's Laura Qualters from Marley, Antti Seedon from Woodbank Timber, and Michelle Shee from Sodra Wood. If you could all come on if you are there. And there's Michelle in the bottom. So thank you all, and congratulations to all of you as well. Well done. I think that there's some fantastic outcomes from each of you. And as we've heard from Marley and Sodra, so I'm going to come to you last. I'm going to start with Antti, if I've pronounced your name correctly.
You have indeed.
Fantastic. So Woodbank, can you tell us a little bit about Woodbank Timber and about your role in there?
Yeah, so Woodbank Timber is a company that was formed out of the ashes of another back in 2011. It's the sister company of a much larger firm who's been operating for over 50 years, which is Anglo Northern.
Yeah,
obviously quite well established within the industry, which most people within it will recognise and will know. And yeah, I've been with the company now for just under 3 years. I switched over from a different industry, which I made a conscious decision with by myself and my family that insurance wasn't the most riveting place to be, and I just wanted something maybe a little bit more ethical to get my teeth into. something that had a far more, basically more substance, and something that was transferable. That if you know, my wife is foreign, my mother is. She can probably take a guess from my name where that comes from. It's a Scandinavian name. And yeah, I just thought if I can jump ship, get into a different industry, sink my teeth into that wholeheartedly, and learn as much as I can, then if any challenges sort of present itself in the future, then I'm in a good place to maybe to move around the world, industries in general, and yeah, so I threw myself into this. Thankfully, my previous manager obviously saw the opportunity, put my name forward, and I was very pleased and to be selected. And yeah, I've thrown myself into it.
Fantastic. And so, were you in a sales role already when you started this course, or did you move into a sales role with the course?
So prior to this, I'd done the best part of sort of 15 years working within insurance sales. So I've always done sales in some form or another. So before that, I'd done sort of odd jobs, been a hod carrier sort of over 2 years, landscape gardener for nearly 2 years. So I've done quite a few little bits and bobs throughout the years. And yeah, I've always done sales. I've always enjoyed the communication sort of aspect of sort of meeting people, greeting people, working with people, and selling to people, you know, hitting obstacles and challenges and then overcoming them. And predominantly all of that was telephone based when I was working in insurance. Obviously with the current climate that we find ourselves in, that has really quite worked to my benefit, because now a lot of the work that I now do when I'm speaking to customers as my role as a sales administrator is obviously with telephone and email. So yeah, that has really worked and worked to my strengths.
Superb. And how's that been all received within Woodbank? I mean, have people seen the benefit of this course?
Yeah, they definitely have. I mean, we've had sort of loose conversations about potentially rolling out this kind of training to the rest of the sales guys, not just for Woodbank, because we're quite a small sales team, as it were, but also Anglo Northern, which has got a far larger sort of sales force.
Yeah,
they've definitely seen the benefits within me. Obviously, when we were in the office, they were obviously hearing the stories that I was coming back with after every sort of meeting that we had, and every session that I had with Sue and the rest of the gang. And yeah, they could definitely see the enthusiasm that was coming out of me, and the positive words that I had to say about it all. And it's just basically putting a lot of the things that I already knew, but didn't know that there was a reason for it. There wasn't. I didn't understand the structure behind why I did some of the things I'd naturally gravitated towards sort of doing sales jobs. And it's just bringing all those things into sharp focus and really understanding and then honing in on the bits that you know are really advantageous to what you do and to how you operate, and then understanding the behavioural traits of other people, which was something that I found really, really beneficial. Again, it's something I think as salespeople you naturally do subconsciously, but then when you know there's a real process behind it and there's a real reason, then that just emphasises and just gives you the confidence that what you're doing is absolutely correct.
Excellent. Well, look, Antti, thank you very much indeed. I can see you've done incredibly well, and a long may it continue. Michelle, I'll turn to you from Sodra Wood again, which has done very well from this course, and I hope we get more people coming in from there. Can I ask you about your role within Sodra and what you do, and then how you came to get onto this course?
Sure. I was nominated by my line manager to attend this course. He thought that there would be a huge benefit for us within the team. I work alongside Charlotte in the engineered wood product side. So having both of us on this course was very beneficial because we could discuss the techniques, the tips and tricks that we've learned throughout this course together. And it's just been really beneficial because we're on the same line of thinking, and how this course has helped us. We both see the benefit in it, and it's almost like a secret language, the secret sales language, that we're both able to say, call people by colors or call our customers by colors, and we know what the other person is meaning to say and everything. So I found it's been very helpful, not only just for me, but I think within our team as a group, it's been beneficial for both of us.
Yeah, fantastic. And particularly if you're both in the engineered division, I imagine that's seeing some great benefits from as a result.
No, for sure. Especially since we do more, as Charlotte mentioned earlier, We do quite a bit of more custom projects that we order in, like glulam that is machined, and it's a little bit more intricate to explain it, but I think with both of us on the course, it's really helped both of us hone our skills and really create value for not only the customer and Sodra, but for ourselves as well.
Fantastic. Well, look, thank you very much, Michelle. Well done. Congratulations to you. Certificate and awards on the way. And Laura, I'm going to come to you again from Marley. Can you just tell us a bit about your role and your role within Marley and your sort of journey onto the course in the first place?
Yeah, so I have been in timber for a while. Started out in technical, working for John Brash, which was the timber company Marley acquired. Moved into an internal sales role and then took the plunge to go out on the road a couple of years ago. Obviously things are very different at the moment, but very different from working in the office. The course was suggested to me by my sales director, but it was a kind of a mutual decision that I thought the content was really appealing. I think it would benefit me by attending the programme.
Oh, fantastic! And again, like Adrian previously, you're a sales manager within the business. So do you have other people feeding into you, or sort of working within a team for you?
I did previously in a previous role, yes. So my job now is out on the road as area sales manager. Yeah, I do cover nationally. Yeah, just out on the road.
Yeah, and how's it helped then? What are one or two kind of key points that you've picked up from this course that you think have helped you?
I think it was, so I've definitely picked up new tools and techniques, but I think it helped me to fine tune some of the skills I already had and develop those a bit further. For me, one of the main things I've learned on the programme is about customer engagement and how people have got different styles and behaviours, and how you've got to adapt and sort of channel different styles to the people that you want to buy from you. And that makes all the difference by sort of altering your behaviour to theirs, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put you on the spot here because I'd forgotten to ask, and I'd written this down right at the start because Stella mentioned it, and I'd forgotten to ask people so far. So I'm sorry, but I'm gonna start with you. What is Mean Cats?
So Mean Cats is a questioning tool. So it's a way of asking the right questions to the right person.
Okay.
So do you want me to tell you what it stands for?
Yeah, please.
It's money, emotion, authority, need, competition. Oh, you've got me, you've stumped me. It's advantages, timescale, and scope.
Fantastic. Well done. Look at that. Look, see, I thought it was a stage musical.
In my notes.
I thought it was a stage musical. I heard that. I heard that it was you were often getting put off by it by the noises made by some of the course conveners.
Yeah.
With their impressions of cats. Okay, Laura, thank you very much. Well done, you. Well done to all three of you. Congratulations. And we will, I'm sure, be hearing from and seeing a lot more of each of you in the future. Congratulations to you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
So we have our last but not least, the final group to talk through. And the last three: Katie Turpey of Sodra Wood, Mark White from Metza, and Jack Wilkinson from Donaldson Timber Engineering. Are they all online? If you could switch your cameras and microphones on. Have we got everybody? I think we're missing Mark. Is he on the line?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, there you go. There you are. Okay, so we've got. I think I probably haven't got everyone up on there. So, Mark, we'll start with you because we haven't had Metzer on so far in the whole proceedings, and Metzer, obviously another great giant of the timber industry.
Yeah.
Could you tell us a little bit about Metzer, but how you know where you sit within the company and what you do with them?
Okay, so I've only been with them for 3 weeks.
Right.
I started this course with Hopkins,
Okay.
so now I'm working for Metzer now, so a bit of a different beast.
Yeah.
So I'm an external sales rep for Metzer now, and I was for Hopkins as well. So I've got like a brand new huge customer base. So this course has helped me, or is going to help me get to know my new customers.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. And it's going through that the course there. Have you got any sort of kind of key aspects of learning that you can bring into the new job?
Yeah, I mean the buying personalities for me was a good eye opener because I've got, in a sense, start again with my new customer base. I've got to get to know these people. So going in there, not knowing them at all, trying to work, remembering what I've been taught about the buying personalities, trying to connect with them in different ways. So yeah, the course is going to help me big time coming into my new role.
Fantastic. Okay, well, Mark, well, best of luck. Congratulations with completing the course. Very good job, and all the best of luck with the new role with Metzer. Jack, I'm going to come on to you with Donaldson's Timber Engineering, so another sort of slightly more technical role, I guess, or technical sales role that you've got there. Could you tell us a bit about DTE and your job within that?
Yeah, so obviously DTE, we've got nine branches up and down the country, from Scotland all the way down to Andover, obviously strategic base around the country. I'm based out of the Cronington office, Northumberland, so I cover, in essence, from the Scottish borders down to the M62. I'm the technical sales manager for the branch, which means I'm responsible for the sales, keeping the customers happy, sorting any issues out, going out and meeting up with customers and helping them measure roofs and all that sort of thing. So there's a bit of an all-rounder, to tell you the truth. I sort of do a little bit of everything.
Okay.
Jack of all trades, master of none springs to mind, to tell you the truth. But no, like I say, it's all going well. I've been with the company 5 years now. I've been in this role for 2 years. Started off as a trainee designer, and obviously I've worked my way up. And obviously this course has just given us the confidence and the tools to go out there and be confident in what I say and what I do. Obviously I'm younger than a lot of my counterparts, so there was always the sort of confidence issue of, do people think I know what I'm doing because of my age, that sort of thing. But obviously with what Sue has instilled in us is that I do know what I'm doing and I am good enough to do my job. And the confidence, along with everything else, is really, really helped us in the long run.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a recurring theme for a lot of people, is that a sense of self-belief and that you do know what you're doing and that you can actually do it. I think that's a key thing. On some of the other key points of the course, is there anything you've had to change about what you've done or introduce into your techniques?
It's just more, rather than just going in blind and asking whatever question springs to mind, I now know the right questions to ask at the right time. I've now, again, the style related to others, I know how to approach different people now that didn't really do before. I'm a red, so I'm very direct, to the point, no small talk, nothing like that. But obviously now I know people do like the small talk, so I've had to adapt and everything else. And just that alone is sort of seen as being able to grow relationships with customers and even people within the organisation. It just in how I speak to people when I'm asked just simple things like asking them to help us out and do something.
Yeah.
All about tailoring my approach to the individual. is paying off. Really, really helpful.
Fantastic, fantastic. And how's that been received within Donaldson's?
Very well.
They've got a big record for training and education within the company. So
yeah, really, really well. Obviously, it was one of the Donaldsons that knew of the course and was the sponsor of the course. So obviously, I've been speaking to Michael quite regularly to sort of update him on how I'm doing, how I'm finding it, everything else. And he seems very, very happy with the numbers that I've been able to generate due to the course and all the feedback I've had for the course. So he's been very happy with it.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations to you, Jack. And
thank you very much.
Well done. Katie, are you there? Where's
I am. Hi.
Oh, there you go. There you are. I knew you
Hi.
In there somewhere. Hello, and welcome to you.
Thank you.
And from Sodra Wood again, which is brilliant to see so many coming in, and it shows you the value of the course when a company wants to put so many delegates through. Can I just ask you, were you working then in sales prior to doing the course, or did you move in there? Can I just tell us a bit about what you were doing and how you've moved through the company?
Yeah, sure. So, well, I've been at Sodra Wood now for just over 6 years, and I was an internal sales executive. And sort of over time, as the accounts have grown, I've done a bit of both in and out. And then in January this year, I got promoted and now manage a team of 4 sales executives within the merchant side of the business. So what this course is sort of helped me remember what I've achieved, how I've achieved it, and how I can flow that through to the team actually now. Doing that presentation, having to really sort of think about, you know, you got the results, but how have I got these results? Really stripping it back. I can see now we've got, we had a new employee start, has only done 3 weeks in the office, everything's been from home, new to the industry. So how we can help him grow. People have been there for 30 years, keep them motivated in sales. So much to give back and take from the course in. So yeah, excited, it keeps you excited for it.
And reinforces stuff, or kind of puts a structure around things that you possibly felt you already knew.
Definitely. Oh, absolutely. It just opens the mind. And as Sue always did, the growth mindset, you know, you can always still learn, keep growing, keep developing, you know, great ideas. You know, and I think you shock yourself sometimes thinking when you speak to a customer, you take it for granted how you're speaking to them perhaps, and it reminds you, oh, actually, yeah, I'm doing this, and maybe apply. I mean, I think it's been very common is the approach with personalities and getting new businesses, you know, on and opening people's minds and how do you chat to the right people. It's so important.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, well done, you, Katie.
Thank
great
you.
News, and I hope you can keep pushing the learning into your jobs, as with all of you there. So thank you very much. Congratulations and well done. Certificates and awards are on their way to you. So well done.
Thank you.
So thank you to everybody who's taken part and gone through this course. I think it's an incredible achievement. I think it's there are some incredible numbers there. There's some incredible feedback from the delegates themselves about how they have grown with this and what it's meant in terms of their own personal investment. And a massive thank you to all of our member companies for putting your people through this and to invest in them for their own growth and for your company growth as well. So thank you very much. I would like to, I said at the start when we were introducing all of our course conveners and judges and so on, that we would like to bring on, the course was accredited by the Institute of Sales Management. So I would like then to ask Roger Bradburn, the COO of the Institute of Sales Management and a director of the Institute of Sales Management, to give some feedback on the presentation highlights and the confirmation really of the status that all of these delegates are now going to have. So Roger, over to you, sir. Thank you.
Right, thank you, Dave. Well, first of all, thank you very much, Dave, and your colleagues for organising this.
And obviously it's been a very, very interesting morning, and I really do appreciate. I really like to thank also all the delegates for doing such a great job, and as the enthusiasm that came out, as Dave said, the enthusiasm that came out from this morning's session has been tremendous. And the one thing that I would say to everyone is that personal development, it really is the best thing you can do, and probably the best investment you can make. You can put money into a financial account, you can buy a property even, but ultimately the best return you'll ever get is the money, your investment you put in yourself. I know Stella mentioned that, and she's absolutely right. I also like to thank Sue for doing such a great job, and it's very obvious just listening to these delegates how well the course has done, and of course Stella for judging it. I was asked just to talk a little bit about the ISM. I don't want to spend hours and hours on it because I know you want to get to the celebration, but just tell you a little bit about the ISM and also how your certificates work and so on. The ISM is actually quite old. I heard that one of the delegates was working for a company that goes back even further, but we were founded in 1911, as far as we know. We think it might have gone back further, but certainly 1911 we're aware of. And essentially we kind of do three things. The first thing is we're a membership body, and that means that we represent salespeople and everything really to do with sales management, sales directors, sales training, and all sorts of things. Even quite a lot of entrepreneurs are members. And there's a mention of social media and how important that is. Well, some of the world's most successful and sort of talented social media people are members of the ISM out of interest. And as a member, you gain post-nominal letters, sort of like, for instance, an executive or leadership grade, which is a very good status thing if you want to develop your career. And we provide our members with quite a lot of services. We have regional meetings, which have been a bit curtailed this year, of course, but generally we have regional meetings for networking events. And obviously we also have a magazine called Winning Edge. I understand, Dave, that this event will be highlighted in our magazine, which would be great. So we look after our members. We also are very big in education. We work all around the world. We have around 9,000 people doing our off-qual courses, and well into 5 figures actually of people doing endorsed courses. And what that kind of means is we offer formal qualifications, a bit like O levels and A levels, if you like. We're a government body, and we offer government, or at least we're controlled by a government body, and we offer government recognised qualifications. And also we endorse really high quality programs such as Sue's, and Sue of course is one of our endorsed programs, and we're delighted to endorse her course. What I would say with both of those, if anyone is interested in doing more qualifications, or indeed joining the ISM, I understand Sue is going to organise some links for you. So after this, I'm sure Sue will help us do that. So if you're interested in joining the ISM, it has many benefits, or in fact doing more things. I know Sue's looking at doing more developing more courses, then I'm sure we'd be delighted to do that. So we're a membership body, we look after, we're the educational body for sales. And the last thing which you ought to be aware of is a thing called BESMA. Now, Sue and Stella can tell you a bit about BESMA, and certainly, unfortunately, it didn't run this year, but generally it is an annual sales awards event. In fact, it's the big annual sales event. We get about 800 people coming along to usually a major venue. We had Wembley Stadium last year. Year before that was the Grosvenor, which is where they do the BAFTAs and so on. And like the BAFTAs, it's a very, very large, huge party, but also a tremendous recognition of salespeople. So like a sort of very large version of what we had today, if you like. And as an ISM member, you can be put forward. Now, I know Stella mentioned that she thought the quality of the work was so good that several of you, all of you, could be considered for a BESMA award, or at least certainly be nominated for a BESMA award. And all being well, we'll have BESMA next year. and it'd be great to see you guys there as well. So again, I think Stella and Sue can give you some more information on that. So, and the great thing about BESMA Awards is that it's a wonderful recognition for you or your team in sales. So that's mainly what we do. We're basically a membership award body, we're educational body, and we run a very, very large award ceremony every year. And essentially we've endorsed this program, which means that you'll get a certificate that proves that we've endorsed it, and therefore will be endorsed by an Ofwell government body, and hopefully that will be of great value to you. So that's basically it, Dave. I don't know if there's anything else you need me to cover.
Thank you very much, Roger. I was just going to say one thing, which is that just to confirm that all of the delegates do have, you know, an Institute of Sales Management status as a part of this course. It's right. It's an incredible achievement. So thank you very much, Roger. I see Stella has brought a trophy in, a BESMA award. Well done. That's exactly what Roger was talking about. So I would just like, before I wrap up, there were two delegates I forgot to mention at the start who couldn't be with us today. They couldn't make this because they had other engagements. Sam Robinson from Sodra and Chris Wright from Mike England Timber. Both did incredibly well, but both were sadly unable to attend the event today. So I would just like everybody to switch your cameras back on, if you could, everyone on the whole call. I would just like to say, on behalf of everyone at the TTF, to yourselves as individuals, to your companies for taking this on, a massive thank you, a massive congratulations, a massive well done. And one of these very large, very heavy, I'm not sure you can see it with that background, I'll put it in front of my face, it may improve the picture no end. One of these large wooden awards is going to be making its way to you next week. So don't stand too close to the letterbox. It might hurt. Thank you again. You are all not only members of the TTF, members of the Institute of Sales Management. You've made an incredible achievement, and I hope it makes a massive difference to you and to the timber industry as a whole. Thank you very much. We look forward to doing this again soon. Thank you.
Thank you.